Battle against COVID-19, drones could soon be monitoring your health from above, monitoring everything from social distancing to your heart rate. But what about your privacy? Eyewitness News reporter Dan Kraut gives us an exclusive look at technology now being put to use in a local community.
As communities look to try to safely reopen society, one local police department is using new technology to make that happen. And all you have to do is look up to find it. It's called a pandemic drone, and you'll find it hovering above popular places in Westport, Connecticut. As you can see outside this grocery store, it can measure whether people are social distancing. The circles determine if they're 6 feet apart. Green's good, red's bad.
There shouldn't be a police chief or anybody who's sitting in my seat right now with everything that's going on, not looking for a way to do things differently.
The police chief's taking part in a 3-month pilot program. They're using the technology now to make sure people are keeping their distance.
If you're scanning an area and you're seeing that a problem exists, that might be an area that you want to put more of your resources at.
The drones are also equipped with technology that can help determine everything from breathing to heart rate to coughing, even fever. It changes color.
I'm absolutely very sensitive to privacy issues.
Canadian-based company behind the technology says it isn't designed to identify people. It's designed to identify patterns.
The system is designed to basically provide health monitoring data and be able to give us better data to make more clear decisions.
Decisions in the town of Westport that has experienced a spread of the virus in a county that has more than 40% of positive cases in the state. One of a handful of pandemic drones being launched across the country.
Technology there, but there's a lot of variables with that too. This is where this data has to prove itself before we move to the next step.
They'll be testing out this new technology over the next 3 months before deciding whether or not to keep it.
This is a call for an uprising. Welcome to today's show. I recommend everybody share this show with their friends, with their family, with operated drones, little toy control panels, like they're 5 years old, flying around little airplanes in their backyard. 5G technology, like we've learned and heard even from lowlifes like Bill Nye, the science guy.
5G might one day give us driverless cars or drones that control their own drones or something.
That 5G technology would allow for these drones to fly independently on their own, without control, without somebody there literally doing it. They're following people around the streets in certain countries, now coming to America, now coming to Connecticut. Westport, Connecticut, testing the pandemic drone, which can monitor and detect people with infectious respiratory conditions in public areas amid the pandemic. The drone is said to, get a little of this, the drone is said to monitor people's temperatures from 190 feet away, and has the ability to detect sneezing, coughing, and heart and breathing rates using sensors and computer vision. Just what we all need, right? They're telling us this is in our best interest. Oh, because if somebody sneezes, let's throw them in jail. Let's quarantine them for sneezing, for coughing. And they're not even mentioning the social distancing aspect of it. Now, I can tell you what I would do, or what I would hope that people would do if they saw one of these things in the street.
Mama don't like tattletales.
Wearing sunglasses.
And who are you, little fella? Come to show 'em where I am. Not nice.
Unfortunately, you can't rely on people to do that, and that probably will get you 50 years behind bars. Even though, what right has citizens given our government to allow them to do this? I've said it a million times, and that's why I go nuts over. There's truthers who fly their drones around. They talk about all this stuff with privacy and technology and the mark coming. And then they're flying drones around like they're 5 years old, who, not realizing the dangers of the drone. The drone is going to take away all your privacy, anything regarding privacy outside of your home, because we've already given them the privacy inside our homes with the Echo, with the television, with the laptop, with the cell phones. Constant recording, constant monitoring, constant watching. If you have CCTV cameras or any type of camera in your home that you think is there for security, yeah, it's there for security, all right. The government's security against you to watch what your behavior is. Step foot outside, well, that's what, the ring will follow you around. Get away from the ring and outside the zone, don't worry. There'll be a drone flying above head, right? Filming your every move. Unbelievable. So the drone can monitor people's temperatures from 190 feet away, detect sneezing, coughing, like I said. So boy, go outside and cough, watch what happens. It's going to fly up to you and literally ask you what you're doing while you're outside and probably call the police on you to physically arrest you and put you in one of these empty prison cells because they're letting all the prisoners out, right? So that they can put people like us in there or people who they believe need to be quarantined in. And eventually the people who refuse to take the shot when it comes out, that's where you'll end up. Police are working with Canadian drone company Dragonfly, who first revealed in late March that they were working with the University of South Australia to develop the pandemic drone. I can't believe I'm reading this. They're using the technology as part of a Flatten the Curve pilot program, which hopes to provide better health monitoring support for potential South Australia to develop the pandemic drone. I can't believe police are working with Canadian drone company Dragonfly, who first revealed in late March that they were working with the University of South Australia to develop the pandemic.
Come with me.
Get him under the ballistic hard cover. Keep him down. I'm on my way.
Don't move! Don't move! They're tracking us somehow!
Just hold still and keep him covered first.
I'm coming to you! You must really like fishing, Mr. President. It's cold out here.
Sorry. I ain't anything to get out of D.C. for a while. Mike, I'm selecting you for Secret Service Director. Congratulations.
I'll give him my best shot, sir.
Banning's on his way.
What is that? Are they bats?
The drones! The drones! Don't move! Don't move! I'm coming to you! They're coming at your mark! Get them in the water, Cal! Go! Sir, I got you. Going under. Dive deep.
This drone equipped with a megaphone hovers before a crowd, blaring a warning. The operator, a local traffic cop.
You, the handsome man with the telephone, where's your mask? Put it on.
Hey, you on the bike, put on your mask when you're in the street. Don't endanger your fellow citizens.
Not all the drones are operated by public officials. Some of the clips have been posted by social media influencers hoping to encourage prevention.
Yes, Mom, it's the drone talking to you. You shouldn't come out without a mask. Go back inside and wash your hands. The drone can see you.
All of China is under alert. Here, just outside the capital, drivers must go through checkpoints. Entrances of most large cities are disinfected regularly. Fences are going up around certain neighborhoods. In the villages and countryside, people are taking prevention into their own hands. A 45-minute drive from Beijing, we found all the roads blocked. Visitors are not allowed to pass. In these towns, more than 1,000 kilometers from the epicenter of the outbreak, fear is spreading, even though no one here has been contaminated with the virus. It's not just the drones keeping watch. Volunteers are posted at the entrances of many towns with no intention of leaving their posts until it's safe again.
可以极大的提升社区的防控的一个工作效率，
也更有效地避免与群众直接接触。
奶奶，我地去就好出门，把非要走上门啊，赶快手电手搞出来。
广场上健身的同志们，请不要在外逗留了，赶紧回家。疫情期间，请适当在家进行健身锻炼，不要进行户外活动。出门在外，戴好口罩，保护自己。
对面那位穿睡衣嗑瓜子的大叔，请您赶紧回家，把江山交给我们巡视和守护。请各位家庭洗手，一边刷抖音，一边嗑瓜子，解锁维权。
爹爹奶奶，买口罩袋子来了，不要打瓜来了，买口罩大袋子呢，你也得，我也得，搿是平常有人伤害。各位爹爹奶奶，不要忘哎，我是推头市公安局派的来保护你的乌人子。疫情期间不要打牌啊，赶回家去。天气好，出门少，不结队，命人危。疫情不是开玩笑，身体也要戴口罩。
Так точно. То есть, если мы говорим про лицо, то уровень ошибки — это одна ошибка на 15 миллионов человек. Это та точность, с которой как бы, работает наш алгоритм. Когда мы говорим о силуэтах, точность гораздо ниже. То есть речь идет о сейчас, как бы, так как у нас идет тестовая эксплуатация, мы говорим о порядка там, 80% и выше, то наша цель как бы приблизиться к 90% точности.
Have threatened prison terms of To Russia now, where Moscow city authorities have threatened prison terms of up to 5 years for people failing to self-isolate in their homes for 2 weeks after visiting countries hit hard by the coronavirus outbreak. Russia has closed most entry points along its 4,200-kilometer border with China, ordering people returning from high-risk areas to self-quarantine. For more on this story, let's cross live to SABC News correspondent in Moscow, Dan Ashby. Dan, a very good morning to you. Russia has announced some very tough measures, and yet it has relatively few cases of coronavirus. What is the thinking there?
Yes, as you say, some extraordinary measures. They have banned all Chinese tourists and students from visiting Russia completely. They have closed much of their land border to China as well. And then we have this announcement that people from Italy, from Iran, arriving from France and Germany, all of them will be forced to undergo 2 weeks of self-isolation or quarantine, irrelevant of whether they're showing symptoms or not. But it's not that has made the headlines. It is the repercussions if people do not obey those rules, because Russia has already passed regulations to say that if you break your self-isolation, you can face a huge fine, up to $1,000, or you could be prosecuted and put in prison for up to 1 year, 5 years if you were to spread the coronavirus and it would go on to kill somebody else. So Russians are looking at this and seeing very tough measures. But at the moment, as you say, only about 15 cases in Russia, 15 or 17, so it is staying very small. But I think the thinking is Russia is trying to act tough and fast before it becomes a major outbreak. It's hoping to stop it coming because it, of course, shares such a big border and such a big relationship with China. So it was much more nervous than other countries when this outbreak